invited you here, and in fact, thank you for taking our call and honoring our call here, our invitation to be here. In that light, I want to welcome you to Conversation with the Senator. Thank you, then, and welcome again. This is Radio Buchanan. My name is Seyi Utikwa. Senator, let's hear your opening comment first before we. How you doing?
Well, I'm fine. Just want to say good morning to the citizens of Grand Bassa County and your listeners. So we're doing all right. Unfortunately, today I have to go to one of our Bassaman funeral, Professor Johnson, Francis Johnson. But overall, we're doing fine.
We wish to even have gone a longer length to be able to get some questions from the public. But there are other issues we need to talk about. It ranges from the establishment of vocational institutions around the districts. It goes to ArcelorMittal, the mineral development agenda as well. We also want to know from you, and as a way of updating the people of Bassa, things that you've been doing, and also that concern the county as a whole. We also want to know about this, the Port Autonomous Bill. Where is it? What is the latest? Update is needed. The acquisition of the yellow machines. What is happening about them? When will they be in the county? What is happening? People need to know, and you need to know, and the information we need to know has to come from the higher up. We also want to know the coastal road corridor from Buchanan to happen. What is happening? Because it has to begin from here in Grand Bassa. Because Grand Bassa has a longer stretch of the road when it's going on that side. We also need to hear from you electricity in Bassa, in Buchanan. We see the poles have been planted. We don't see what follows the poles. What is it? If the people say 10 years, 3 years, so we'll have to wait for the 3 years, even if you have done while you have done. But we need to know and get some updates. The bill, I understand that you are trying to proffer the bill. I want to hear about that bill because myself sometimes I get concerned. The bill to prevent presidential or president's appointees acting before confirmation. All of these coupled together and coming together. But it's good that you're here. Firstly, let's hear from you because this is coming from you concerning the establishment of the vocational institution in each of the 5 districts of Grand Bassa County. Where did this idea come from?
Well, you see, the issue of the vocational training, the concept and the idea is not your basic vocational training institute. Well, we said during the campaign, we realized that there are certain skills and certain profession in the district that were lacking. And so we decided that part of our campaign platform was to establish and build vocational training institute in all of the districts so that in these districts you will have skills, train people with skills so that they don't have to leave their district or their homes to migrate to look for jobs or to create jobs. The objective is to create income. Mm-hmm. Now, if you take all of the districts head capitals, you will find out that even a simple thing as a tailor, you will not find tailors in most of the districts. Salons to do hair, makeup are lacking. The young people are not being trained in carpentry, masonry. These, I think, even agriculture, the new technology in how you can produce more crops, or your yield can be higher. Mm-hmm. It's not there. And the technology is in Liberia. We can train people in Liberia, but these people are not in the district. This knowledge is not in the district. And this is the concept to get knowledge to the people in the district, practical knowledge, mm-hmm. where they can earn an income. So that is the whole idea behind putting vocational training institute in these particular
Senator, is it achievable
It's achievable.
Where would the funds come from?
It's achievable. The programs are already here. The government is already providing vocational training. So why can't they do it in the district? I mean, it's not impossible. We build the FICE, we have constructed the FICE structure in District 1. We hope to start the structure in the other 4 districts. Maybe Buchanan City might not be a beneficiary to that because they have a lot of institutions here already. But District 3, Electoral District 5, 4, and 2 are where the next projects are going to start. You know, these are just simple things.
Simple thing.
Simple things.
But
Even training people to be motorbike mechanics
Okay.
to service the community. That's the whole objective.
Good. But the instructors too, sometimes you have
You
beautiful
got,
schools.
you got the concept is not something that you say you got to bring people from outside of the district. The trainers must come from the district, so it's a process. You take the trainers from the district, the young people that are living in the district, you train them, and
Yeah.
they go back to their district
TOT.
to train the other people. So
Great.
it's nothing new. It's nothing impossible. It's
Good.
just a matter of the willpower to get it done.
There are many citizens here in Basa, especially when it comes to job creations, like what you're talking about, the little ones that matter. About how many persons you think you will be affecting positively?
Well, the issue there is if you went outside of Buchanan City into the districts are not the same. If you went to we statutory district, it's quite populated. If you went to electoral district compound 4, you will see that the population is less than that of we statutory district. So the impact is not so much how many individuals, but how can you impact the living standard in the community.
Good. So, in such a way, we want to make a little bit of progress. Let me take you to where most of Basa people are already having a concern with this Aslamita, this whole issue about the mineral development, the agreement. I learned that it has progressed from one to the other. The first one never is not existing. That's the modification. Tell us the modification. I'm understanding that there's an beef. They are upbeat in this in an amount that is coming to Basa this time. What is it? How did you get there?
Well, Basa is supposed to get $1.5 million in their social benefit. It used to be $1 million and gone up to $1.5 million. We as lawmakers don't negotiate these contracts. We're not at the table when these contracts are negotiated. Under the Constitution, it's the executive branch of government that has that responsibility. And we have the responsibility to basically say yes or no to these contracts. It is not one that one would say that we are happy with. There are some things in the contract that, yes, are good for the country, and some are basically not so good. However, you have to weigh the situation and then make a decision whether to reject or accept. And in this case, we accepted the conditions that were brought forth by the executive on this contract. Besides the $1.5 million Basa is receiving, we also have funds for community development, affected communities. We also have funds going to the Grand Bassa University. There's talk ongoing also for jobs for the people of Buchanan. And then we will see some improvement in infrastructure in terms of the roads. We're in conversation with Arcelor to pave some of the streets in Basa, especially the one between the facility and On Your Own. That particular road with the new government hospital, there's discussion ongoing to see how we can jointly pave that particular road. So there are a lot of benefit that will come to Bassa and to Liberia.
Two issues quickly in that mineral development agreement, talking about job creation. Earlier I heard that you should be providing jobs for the people of Liberia, specifically Bassa, if you want to go that far. But the ones that had to do with managerial posts, I heard you say something like that some time ago. What is it, is it now?
Well, it has to be now because this agreement, we when this agreement came about, the objective was that the top three management, two would be Liberian. Two of the top three management would be Liberian.
Is it happening now?
No, it hasn't happened. They should be. That should be the case as we speak now, but that didn't happen. Now, what we are seeing is that yes, the issue of I think it's the top five now. So we're looking forward to seeing that occur. That the top management will be Liberian.
So Liberians is not specifically saying Grand Bassa citizens.
No, of course, it's not saying that, but we from Bassa will be fighting for that. We want to see somebody from Bassa to be some of the people in the top five. We are affected. We are an affected county, and it's only proper and right that we have our children to occupy some of these top positions.
Are they saying this is the reason why?
Well, you have to be qualified. We got our citizens that are very qualified, and ASLA been training, sending some of the kids to school. So why you send people to school if you can't hire them?
Now the other issue is the hospital. I learned that they should construct new hospital. Has that been done, if I'm right?
Well, the old concession agreement did require that they have health facility and education facility. So yes, the new hospital in Buchanan funds came from ASLA. So we cannot be fighting on that particular issue because the funds came from ASLA. So we have to work along with them to see how we can open up that facility so that it can be used for the citizens of Bassa.
What about the social corporate responsibilities? Is ASLA meeting up with the communities?
Well, I think they are. The problem is ASLA pays the money to the government, and the government decide not to give it to Bassa. There's outstanding funds for Bassa that ASLA have paid to the central government. And so these are issues that now we're trying to address and saying no longer you will pay that money into the consolidated account that is controlled by the central government, put it into a special account that will come directly to the county, and then the citizens of the county can decide what kind of projects, how to use the money. It's not going to go to the central government where we have to go again to fight when the budget comes. We fight, and you got 7 lawmakers from Bassa out of 103. So it's the majority that would have their say. So we can fight all we want to fight. Sometimes it's a difficult fight to be able to get our resources.
So is that what you want to happen, but it's not happening now?
No, it's going to happen now, going forward. Oh, yeah.
So do you know the amount that's going to be coming?
Well, it's 1.5. No, it's 1.5 from ASLA. Yeah. And out of that 1.5, 50% of that will go to affected communities for projects and in those communities.
But whose measurement?
Well,
the
standard, the regulation is there. The standard is there, and the communities have already been established, so it's not something new. You got Buchanan District, you got District 2, you got District 3, and you got District 4, because these are all the areas where the operations passes through or operating in.
From 1 million to 1.5, How did you get there? Was it only your influence?
No, this is what I'm saying. I think that negotiation started before I even went to the Senate.
Okay.
And the executive branch of government is responsible to negotiate terms and conditions. The legislature basically ratified, which means we have to say yes or no. But we can't change anything in these agreements.
You are the senator, one of the senators of Grand Bassa, Aslam Mita. Is it doing well?
Well, I think they're doing well. I think the company is doing its best. You know, I'm in court with them, but you have to be realistic and practical. You know, a lot of people will say the company is not doing this, it's not doing good, it's not doing, and we have to understand where our country is. Yes, we have minerals. If you were to ask me, I would prefer the government during the mining process, but government don't have $4-5 billion to invest. We have to think about hospitals, we have to think about our schools, we have to think about security. There are so many issues, especially where we don't have the kind of resources to, when I say resources, not natural resources, we do have the natural resources, but cash to infuse into the private
The
sector.
$4 to $5 billion, you don't have it.
Well, if you can develop a mine, even if you have $1 billion, our budget is $1 billion. So if we take $1 billion to put into investment, how will we pay our employees? How will we have our different projects going on? So it's a situation where one have to really understand government and governance.
Good. You say you have issues with Aslam Mita and you are in court. What are
Well,
your
we
issues?
had issues, but you can see, look, the issue was the FICE agreement. Funds were being withheld from Bassa. Those funds were not paid. And this lawsuit was filed 2021.
Oh.
And, yeah. And immediately 10 days after that, they pay the funds to government. I think at the time was $8 million. And Bassa have not received a penny, a dime of that money yet. A dime.
So why are you so relaxed?
Well,
Since
the
2021?
issue now is you file a lawsuit, they pay to the government. Now I'm a senator, I have to fight to get that $8 million.
Oh, it has been paid to government.
Oh, it's been paid ever since.
The government is not.
Since 2021 they pay. 10 days after the lawsuit they pay.
Why can't you use your influence to get this money?
Oh, we're trying. We're fighting for that. We are really fighting. And when you have a tight budget, it makes it $8 million is difficult. We're even fighting to even see if we can get $500,000 every year until they can pay off that money. But it's been a very difficult process. And it's not only Bassa that is affected, it's also Bong and Nimba.
With the difficulties you have, and you have been fighting central government to get funding coming here, do the people of Bassa know that you're fighting?
Well,
are you telling them?
I have said to them, but some people will hear it, some people will not want to hear it. Some people feel that you have to fight Besanga all the time and you want to make him look bad. But that's not my worry, that's their worry. My job is to basically fight for the Bassa people, and that's what I would do.
So how long will this fight go?
It will go on. It will go on for every time there's a budget, I will fight. Every time there's a budget, I will fight.
You were recently called for the supplementary budget.
I fought again.
So tell us what were the
Well,
issues?
I was fighting for the, there's a signature bonus fee that came from this ArcelorMittal concession agreement, $4.186 million, and we approved that. And when the final budget was printed, it was short by $710,000. And so I was fighting for that.
Who took the 710?
Well, I don't know. My issue is we need it.
Senator, if you don't know, how did the ordinary
I
citizen will know?
No. But when you say, if I don't know, if I approve of a budget of $4.16 million to come to Bassa, and when you get the final print and it's not there, to do an investigation. We're not clothed with that authority. It's the executive. My job is to say, look, this budget, this amount was paid for Basel, and we want it. We're not finished with the process yet. This supplementary budget could not do that because it's a tight budget. It was basically, it came in at 45 million, and then later on it went to 53 million. So it's tight. The main budget is coming in October. You will have to give Basel the money. Otherwise, I'm not going to vote for any budget. You will not get my vote on something that I feel strongly about. I will not vote for the budget if the $710,000 is not replaced in this coming 2027 budget. I'm not going to vote.
Really?
I would not. They should give Basel the money. It's not. This is special money that is paid to us because the citizens of our county are affected by the operations of Basel, and therefore it should be given to us.
But Senator, if you don't vote, don't you think you have very effect on the county?
Well, no. How? The advice, in fact, is you give me what I'm due. We have the general budget. Whether I vote for it or I don't vote for it, my colleagues will decide this is what they want. The issue there is when it looks small to some people. $700,000 looks small to a $1.2 billion or $1.6 billion. But if it's $1.6 billion, why you can't give Basel what they deserve? Why do you have to take our share of the money? And we have already making sacrifice to the general budget.
Senator, tell us, what are you hearing? How did this money get out? What? Tell us.
I don't know. What I do know is not in the printed version. Is it an error in the printing of the budget? Is it an error that people took it out? Somebody basically shifted in the budget? I really don't know.
Why can't they make an error
My-
of word to
that's-
say they
that-
need
that-
2 million, 3 million, 5
But
million?
that's not my issue. My issue is give it to me. I don't care where your error is. I'm not interested in your error.
Many people make some
I
positive
want, what I'm
errors.
interested in, give my money.
Good. Now let's move on to the issue about this Port Autonomous Bill. Where do you stand, Senator?
Well, the Port Autonomous Bill, I think, has passed the legislature, is with the executive. My position has always been clear that if you have an autonomy, the Basel citizens must be on the board. There's a provision there for board members. The 3 non-statutory members must be from Basel or must hail from the county where the port is. That is my that is my position.
Okay.
Now, once the board appoints the managing director,
It can come from anywhere.
yeah, the managing director can come from anywhere, but if I got 3 of my Basel citizens there, where do you think the managing director will come from?
Baza?
Of course. But what are you talking?
No.
So and then the managing director is the one that has what? Control over employment.
Okay. So you want employment for your people?
Oh, but what do you think? What do you think you come here to say? Somebody will tell me, "Oh, yeah, we have employment." Yeah, when the managing director, even this Senator Kapi is there now.
Yes.
He's complaining he doesn't even have control over employment. So when you bring a managing director from Nimba, what do you think will happen? Or you bring a managing director from Kitmount?
So you want this? I mean, is it being done now because it has passed the first stage?
Well,
Where is it now?
Well, I know it's with the president.
Oh, for
with the
signature,
president. So wait till year and see what will happen.
What do you think will happen? Will he not sign it?
Well, I don't know. Look, the objective is whether the president sign it or he doesn't sign it. The objective is we need to fight for people to get jobs in our county.
Well, let's make it clear. What you want in the bill is there already.
Well, I didn't support the bill because it wasn't there.
Oh, the one that the
Okay.
president will sign isn't there.
No. The bill that was sent, the last one that my colleagues approved, wasn't there. The last vote, I didn't vote because I wasn't in section, so I had not seen that bill.
So until the president signs it before it comes out and be printed into handbills.
Well, maybe. I mean, you know, it's an executive thing now. It's no longer with us. But my issue is to create jobs, and I believe that this situation is going to be resolved some kind of way. There are a lot of other options that is going on right now or being discussed. So definitely we'll fight for jobs for the people of Basel.
But isn't the right of the president to make the kind of appointment?
We're not taking the right from him.
Okay.
We are saying you got statute, for example. You got statutes that say you have 5 commissioners. Out of the 5, 2 must be female. That's a law.
But why didn't say 3 should be females?
Well, it can be 3. It can even be 4 because of gender sensitive. But you can't say that I'm being tribalistic because I say that the board members should come hail from. I say
from Basa, yeah.
Hail from the country where the port is. So if it's in Sino, excuse me, send me to Sino to be put managing director, and you will see it, and then what I would do there.
But Senator, did anybody
Or send me
object
to
to
Maryland.
that? Did anybody object to your?
You know, people feel differently. Like you say, it's the president's prerogative. And I'm saying, yes, it is the president's prerogative. But there are provisions, even in the Constitution, that says lay out certain perimeters for you to get certain jobs. So there's nothing strange about it to say the person must hail from the county where the port is, the board, the non-statutory member on the board. Is that something so difficult to do? No.
So you're hoping that the president is going to sign it based on what have been placed there?
Well, if you want to know what I feel about the thing, privatize the port.
That's what you want.
Of course.
Do you have any company in mind?
No, I don't have anybody. Privatize all the ports in Liberia. And look, let me say this to you. Even the electricity you're talking about, if you privatize some of these public corporations, you know what's going to happen? They're going to perform. They are going to perform because when you privatize it, the shareholders are going to come and say, if you don't perform, we'll fire you. You will see if the managing director will not wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to be in the office. Right now, the shareholders are who? The government. So people take their job for granted. Whether they perform, they don't perform, they get paid. And now it should be based on performance.
So if it is privatized, do you think the worth will come out as compared to government running it?
You privatize the port of Sino, or the port of Buchanan, or the port of Maryland, or the port of Monrovia, and the citizens are shareholders. You will see if the managing director will take his job for granted, his or her job for granted.
Okay, let me put it this way. If a company comes from out of Liberia under the privatization policy, now the company is saying, the company will decide who to put there, the Basa citizen, likely, or people residing in Basa, even say, I want to take my citizens, my workers
but
in other place.
Then you don't understand what I mean by privatization. Privatization is owned by the woman selling the market. The market women will buy shares in that company. You and I will buy shares in the company.
Are they ready?
And we will be the owner. Why not? Why should the shares be more than $1, $2 per share?
But to run the port, those dollars you're talking about.
No,
Huge sum of money.
It's a company that is going to come and set up, and certain shares, 51% of the share must be owned by citizens.
Okay, and the rest will be by
you can have the investors. You come to invest, you are going to be managing, but you're going to be answerable to who? The citizens, the shareholders.
Good.
If you don't want it that way, you can sit down in your country and leave us with manage.
If you just joined us, you listen to Conversation with the Senator, and our guest today is Senator Gwenuka Milton Finlay, He's with us. He's a senator of Grand Bassa County. He's with us to answer some of the questions. In fact, give us some updates on some of the issues that they've been dealing with, some at the Capitol building, some here in the county, and some of the development projects he and others have been undertaking. Some of them he helped to implement, some of them he's involved with, as you heard from. But let's move on to the issue of the yellow machine, the acquisition of the yellow machines. What is the actual story behind these yellow machines?
Well, we know that the machine has arrived. We know that Bassa is supposed to get 2 sets of these machines. They are in the process now of trying to get funding to train the operators and the workforce that will be able to operate these machines. Also, we're looking at the issue of maintenance and costs of operations, acquiring the fuel to be able to get out there and start to work on the roads. So I can say maybe by the end of October, we'll see some operations in Bassa. I think they're already in the planning stage for the roads that in Bassa, in the counties, where designated roads are being looked at.
So these yellow machines are coming in the county. Do you know where they will be kept? It is the funding of the county will maintain them?
No,
or from central
no.
government?
It's a project right now under the Minister of State. So the Ministry of State will be basically in collaboration with Public Works, and the county authority, local authority will be running that operations that will do some of the farm to market roads. You know, that is the difficulties we face with our farm to market. People don't produce their food as much as they would like to because they have to toll it on their heads. So if we can improve the roads, we see that people in the rural areas will begin to produce more, because now the roads will be available and open.
Good. So Grand Bassa will be using hers to construct roads.
Yeah.
Will it also be used to help with those citizens who want to have bigger farms, and these machines will help to?
No. If you want to do a bigger farm, pay for it.
Okay, so the machine will also be used to generate funds?
No. No, those machines are not going to be used for private citizens. They are public resources, public money bought it, and so it should be used for community development and for community good. You can't take these machines to a private road. If I want to do the road to my house, I should be able to pay for it. If I want to do my farm, expand my farm, I must pay for it.
But why can't you pay the money to this management team, let it do it, and the money goes to the county?
Because the wear and tear on the equipment. And when the equipment is down, who pays for it? You will not pay. You who come to contract it, no. Okay. We're not going to agree to that.
So that is not in your purview that will happen?
No.
So, I mean, who pays for them? Is it the government of Liberia, or is it coming from the ministry or state budget? It's
the government of Liberia. That's why I say it's public money.
Public money.
Yeah.
So in Bassa, do you have a special team that is set aside to do this? And where will you be keeping them?
Well, I think they looking at, we have at number one, they have the Public Works used to have a training center there in the 70s, and so I think that is the designated place for it, because you have to have a place where you can do the maintenance, change the oil. These are heavy equipment. You can't just go on it and pull it, change the oil like you're changing car oil. So the facility, I think, have to be well situated and for them to be able to do the maintenance and storage and parking.
So you were earlier talking about the training aspect, training meant to operate these yellow machines. Who will pay for the training? Is this the central government?
The central government is going to
Now,
pay for it.
BASA getting these huge, great number of yellow machines. Are the BASA people ready to go through this? And
They
or
have to recruit some of the...
will there be others coming from out of the county coming again and they say, no job again?
No, we got to recruit. They got to recruit locally, because you see the whole objective is these equipment are going to be in Bassa, so we must take the citizens and residents of Bassa to be able to operators.
Are they willing?
Yes, we got a lot of young men and women that don't have jobs, that are ready to be trained. Open a training center there today, you will see you won't be able to accommodate them.
Good. Well, let's see if we can do this. Last two, then quickly you will go, because I know you're going somewhere else. It has to do with the coastal road. We've been hearing about this coastal road project from Bassa all the way going to Maryland and even beyond. Tell us, what is the latest? Because the longest stretch, I want to believe, is with Bassa from Bijo Town all the way to Timor Bridge.
Well, if you say the coastal road, then I would take it from Farmington River.
Okay, Farmington River.
Yeah,
but
so
it got Kota already, as
yeah,
you
but
usually say.
even with that, you have to improve that portion. So
Okay.
when you're talking about the coastal road and the West African Highway, I think that is something that have been discussed. It's on the table. They've been facilitated, taking contract given. During the WEA government, there was the Eton, the Ibomaf.
Yeah.
Ibomaf, I think that's what it was. So you have all these contracts agreements that have been signed, and we don't know whether they will be implemented, but it's something that is being looked at. We know that in the western part of Liberia, between Sierra Leone and Liberia, the road between Waterside and
It broke ground recently?
yeah, it broke ground recently.
Yeah.
So we see that will be ongoing. We know that on the side with Hopper, there's a bridge.
Yeah, ECOWAS is building a
Bring the
huge
bridge,
bridge
yeah.
connecting Africa and Liberia.
Correct. So all of that is part of this highway. So we look forward to the future that we'll be able to see that link from Ivory Coast to Sierra Leone, and Liberia will be that.
Transit point.
Yeah.
But what do you know about this road besides what you just said concerning the commencement of the actual one, that the one that Liberia will do now, so that the people of Liberia will benefit from this paved road?
Well, look, these are things that are cost intensive, and my understanding is almost $1 billion to do this stretch of road. Our budget cannot feed that right now, and so it's a difficult one to say we will be able to get all of it done in the next 2-3 years. It's not possible.
But can you start?
Well, I hope we can start. I think there are programs and plans to start the pavement between Buchanan and Riverside. So we look forward to seeing how that will improve.
How early? Because the rains are coming.
Well, it can be,
Senator?
look, road is not something that you do during the rainy season. We all know that. So it has to probably start maybe after the rainy season. I know we do have funding in the budget to start to build up that road. So it has to be in stages. It has to be in stages. So you build it up first, and then, of course, the pavement will come later on.
But in your position as Senator of Grand Bassa County, is there anything that you can do to fast track?
Well, in my position is an executive function. We give them the money. It's up to the executive to go and find the money in some cases and come back to us and for us to approve it. As senator is not my function, it's the function of the executive. You know, some things we would love to do, and some things that is beyond our duty, and we have a checkpoint where we have to stop. We have to be, and to be realistic, the issue of the coastal highway is not really my big issue. My big issue is how do I get the roads in Grand Bassa County, the feeder roads, to the villages, to the citizens that are in the rural area, to be able to bring their produce to the market. This issue of the coastal road, the ECOWAS road, will affect us a little bit, yeah, but what is most important right now is to be able to get the people from Deso Town, Slough Town, Clarence-Town, to be able to start throwing pepper on their heads and bring it to the market. And their roads, their bridges, we need to make sure that those places are functional. The people from Gigma, to be able to bring their pineapple, their bitter ball, their okra to the market. But I think they're coming from Ivory Coast to go to Freetown. Why?
No. I mean, I'm talking about one from here,
No.
Video Town to Riverside or Sinai.
No, my issue is that would happen over a period of time. But when you ask me for $1 billion to do a road versus 5 million, and I know that I can't raise 1 billion, but I can raise the 5 million, so I'll go for the 5 million. But if I raise that $5 million and say I'm going to put it into the $1 billion road, I'm wasting my time, because it would take me divide 5 by 1 billion. How many years it would take me?
Years.
So it's better to do the road where my people will get benefit from in that long stretch. I leave that with the executive to do.
But Senator, let me be him a little. This executive, do you have friends
Of course,
that
I
you
have
relate
friends.
to?
I have friends, but I have friends in the executive.
How close are you with these friends?
Well, you know, we come a long way.
That you could
Put
butter
it
your
that way.
bread.
We come a long way, and you know, we basically build a foundation for this presidency. We started in 2005, the 2005 elections that brought the Unity Party led government to power. Okay, now that for me is history, and that for me is the basis of friendship that we we have access to the executive.
But you reach a point where the party you just spoke about is in power right now. Can you use that same influence to get things done for Bassa?
Well, look, we are getting things done for Bassa.
To the level of
We
which
are getting, there are a lot of things that are happening for Bassa that you will see, they're not, look, don't forget Liberia got 15 subdivisions. And each one of those subdivisions have needs.
Don't also forget
Yeah.
also that Grand Bassa is
Yeah.
one of the first three
So,
counties.
so where I am, where I sit, I go into the room. Government is only the budget. Even if we talk about executive, judiciary, all of it, the only thing in government are the budget. Where I sit in the budget, and I must understand as a human being that there are needs for human beings in other counties that are also in a bad situation.
What do
You
mean?
know, let me give it to you like this. Your neighbor, you know your neighbor isn't working. Your neighbor got 4 children. And you know this particular neighbor is a single mother. She can't feed her children. But you cook your food and you say only your own children will eat the food, and you sit there eating your food while you see her children starving. And so these are some of the issues
I
that
understand.
you have to understand when you sit in that room and you look at another county where they don't have any concession, they don't have any company operating. How is a citizen faring? You have to be human in this.
I understand.
And sometimes the senators too, they are all colleagues. They will make an appeal that can you please let us put a little more money into health so that we can address the clinic in this village that have zero chance of providing services to the citizens. What do you say? I got money. I got my $1.5 million. So I can use some of that $1.5 million for my clinic, but they got zero. And as a human being, we have to understand these kinds of situations. Yeah, we are elected from Basso, but we are also senator for the entire country.
Well, electricity to Basso. When will Basso be?
Well,
if
you-
you light up Buchanan, when will that happen?
You see the poles are
the
being
poles
planted.
are there.
Yeah, but I think people need to understand. You see, this is the issue. Electricity, the components are not something you're going to go to the store to buy. It has to be ordered. It's not the copper wire is not sitting down in the store where you can just go say I want 50 miles of copper wire. You have to put in for 50 miles of copper wire for them to produce it. Sometimes these things take some time to produce. The transformer is not sitting there to say we want 500 transformer and you just pick it up from the store. The meters are not, even these poles that are being planted had to be made. So I think what we will see, the big issue now is energizing the current. And I think there's a lot of discussion ongoing in terms of how soon current will come.
Earlier, Senator, we were talking about fast tracking because of need. Where did the idea come from that villages that are closer,
When
not
you
that,
talk about
no
the need,
disrespect to them.
No, wait. This is the problem. And let's be realistic. These things, yes, cost. So I know that the EU, I was foreign minister when we signed the agreement under the WEA government for rural electrification. Okay, it started then. Okay, even these two new bridges you see, the overpass, I signed as foreign minister for those two bridges. You know when I left the foreign ministry? 2020.
Okay.
And now what? 6 years later, they're just starting to. So we have to take into consideration there are certain things that you are dependent on a foreign partner for their goodwill. And so when these kinds of situations start to happen, and when it will come, it's taking so long. You know, it's going to come. The objective is you see something happening, and I just want to appeal to the citizens that, look, just be patient, it will happen. It will come. We own the backs of these entities. You will be on our back, but we just want to appeal that we own their backs. You know, LEC wants it. The rural electrification people want it. So you see something is happening. A big issue, you know, all of these things are development, and development comes sometimes, it's not abrupt.
Good. Well, Senator, we want to thank you. Because of your timing, we cannot take calls. We wanted the people to interact with you, and said you want two persons to call in.
We'll do another time.
We'll do another time.
Yeah, let's do that another
But I want to
time.
thank you so much. But if I can end on this note, Grand Bassa County, December is coming, January is coming again for county sports meet. The other day you told me they will not have beaten Bassa. When I interviewed you at the Doris Williams Sports Stadium, do you still stand by your?
Well, I still stand by it. Unfortunately, we did well. The young kids did very well, and we look forward again to this year doing that. We understand also it's not only Christmas, but also the Independence Day. We'll be hosting the celebration in Grand Bassa County.
Great. Preparation. You want to start doing it now, or you want to wait
Well,
for that time to come,
look,
Bassa?
I always tell my colleagues, and I boast about it. Bassa God, we would have completed more than 20 projects, public projects, in Grand Bassa County. So while people are talking, we've been working behind the scene. More than 20 projects. If we're not careful, the president will not be able to even go to all the places to do these projects because they will be completed. We're going to start fighting for the funding to come now so we can complete these projects that are ongoing. Some of them are 90% completed. Some of them are 95% completed. Some of them are 100% completed. You know, so you got to understand that the superintendent is working very hard. The superintendent and the local government is doing exceptionally well. I will also, some of the contractors in the past who didn't do their work needs to understand you had public money, and I'm saying a caveat to them. You have received public money, and you must do the public work. If you don't do it, we're going to take you to court.
And they have time frame to do it, right?
Well, they have time frame to do it, but we are, I'm not a supervisor. I have oversight, and the only person that can enforce this, the superintendent and his team, is going to start to enforce it. The president is not going to come to Basel and look at our building with our roof. No. You got our money to be, it should be roofed, and then you can do the other thing, and we still owe you some money. Yes, but you have received 80%. You should have produced 80% work. If you haven't done it, start getting ready for a problem.
So what word of hope you want to leave with the people of Basel before you leave?
Well, we can say to them, we are continuously working towards bringing new companies so that we can create jobs, so that we can create an atmosphere or environment for our citizens to have an income.
He is the Honorable Wesley Milton Finlay. He's a senator of Grand Bassa County, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs. He was a former President Pro Tempore of Liberian Senate. Sometimes I say, well, Bassa is blessed. When it comes to President Pro Tempore, you're just one of them. Now, the current President Pro Tempore is from Grand Bassa. So, Bassa, the next thing we want to see now, not a vice president or president.
That for the Bassa people to decide.
Well, thank you so much for listening. And he's on conversation with the senator. He has already assured me that he will come back. But right now, he's going somewhere urgently. And then next time we'll arrange so that you will have an interaction with him. I have some questions, many questions, but maybe you have some that I don't have. So when that time comes, you will be able to do that. It's conversation with the senator. The senator will come back at a time that will be arranged. But thank you so much for listening. My name is Seyu Tikwa, and it's good to have you again. And thank you.
Thank you, Seyu, and thank you to the citizen of Basel.
Thank you.